What a wonderful occasion to see so many friends and so many alums here to help us celebrate the opening of the COIL building, the Center of Innovative Learning. Today, Alexandra Waxler from Montrose, Colorado, is our sign language interpreter. Ms. Waxler is a special education major at Chadron State College. First, I would like to thank the Nebraska State College Board of Trustees, the Nebraska State College system, and Chancellor Paul Turman for their help and support. Chancellor Turman deserves special recognition for this project because he is the person who proposed the terms of the bond that enabled us to accomplish this project in one phase instead of what had been envisioned as a three-stage project. Thank you, Chancellor Turman. The other special people who made this project work are the math and science faculty. They vacated the building, worked in temporary labs, classrooms, and offices for 2 years, and never complained. I don't think I got a single complaint about that. They probably were out there, I just didn't hear them, but they've been wonderful throughout this project. This project is a fine example of a great Nebraska public-private partnership bringing together the state of Nebraska, the Nebraska State College system, the Chadron State Foundation, Chadron State College, and the best group of friends and alums any college could hope for. Thank you all for your support. Projects like this require a great deal of planning and dedication to conceive and construct. We had a great team in our architecture firm, Barr, Vermeer, and Hacker, and our construction manager, Adolphson Peterson. Join me in a round of applause for these two entities, please. Of course, these facilities couldn't have happened without the private support of Chadron State alumni and friends. Today is a day where we celebrate the college and its donors. We have several campaign donors related to these projects with us today, and I and the college would like to thank them for their generosity. As many of you know, the original building project began in 1968, and the dedication was held on March 19, 1971. It's probably a little cooler than today. Crystal Kuhnel, one of our staff members here, had a treasure trove of materials saved from that last dedication. The project, dedicated in 1971, was built at a cost of $1,085,748. $1 million isn't what it used to be. There were many faculty members then as now who worked to make the original project a success. Two faculty wives, Jane Drucker of J. Drucker and Jo Strumpler, the wife of Art Strumpler, served as the party planners for that day. I'm sure that they had a lot of help from others, including Dr. and Mrs. Steffi. A lunch was planned as part of the festivities with a ticket price of $1.75. And that evening there was a dinner that was planned, and the ticket price was $2.50 per person. Serving us for over 50 years, the building and the academic programs that reside there served our students, state, and region with significant success. The Rural Health Opportunities Program, conceived and championed by Dr. Drucker, continues to this day at Chadron, as well as at Wayne State and Peru State, producing healthcare professionals that commit to serving rural Nebraska. This new facility, completed at a cost of $32 million, will continue to serve our students, faculty, and our region for decades to come. It is a facility that will open new possibilities for Chadron State to continue preparing STEM teachers and medical professionals. Got a little help from the wind here. I'm excited for you to see the wonderful new Center of Innovative Learning building today. Please understand that our faculty are still moving in and setting up. Our faculty have been incredibly supportive and patient as we move through this project. They deserve another round of our applause. You all are invited to tours of the COIL and the reception in the lower part of the new addition following the ribbon cutting. And I hope to see you down there. And it is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Paul Turman, Chancellor of the Nebraska State College system.
Well, thank you, President RHINE. It's just a really exciting day to be here to help do the ribbon cutting for such a monumental project as Math Science, or the new COIL facility. I took this job roughly about 4 years ago, and actually November of 2018, I'd made a trip down to Chadron to see the campus for the first time. Sat in President RHINE's office, and his assistant came in and said, my predecessor's on the phone, wants to talk to you. He steps out, comes back and says, it sounds like the governor's flying here to see the priority that we have with Math Science. President RHINE brought me over to this facility, and it didn't take very long to see that this was a space and a facility that desperately needed to be upgraded dramatically. And so as we head into that legislative session, and as the governor began to recommend in his preliminary budget projections that this was a priority for him, it was very rewarding to continue to work with the legislature to help make that funding a reality. President RHINE highlighted slightly some of the challenges that we experienced. So with very great support from Governor Ricketts, he advocated for a 10-year bonding cycle that we projected would generate roughly about $16 million. So a project that we were envisioning was closer to 30 to 32 meant that we needed to have an ulterior plan. And so it would be great, and I think an important element that the Appropriations Committee Chair, Senator Stinner, who is from Scotts Bluff, as we visited with him, was supportive of a strategy that essentially put in place 14 years worth of bonding, giving legislative intent that allowed us to go a year early as long as Chadron and the foundation could come up with dollars to make that first bond payment. And so when we start to look at the scope of this type of project, and if we had to wait an additional 2 years to start to move forward, we hit the bonding cycle at probably the most ideal time that we've ever seen. Our early projections actually increased by almost $2 million. As construction got underway, we were able to get working with A&P and getting some of those bids locked in with the subs. It allowed them to acquire about $1.2 million worth of savings. And as presidents at my other two campuses are experiencing now, almost every project is coming in at about 30% higher than what we would have envisioned. And so that first conversation with Senator Stinner, when I laid out, it's a $30 million project, he said, well, Chancellor, just roughly 3 years ago, that was a $24 million project. And I said, the longer you wait, the more expensive it's going to be. And so as President RHINE noted, $1 million would get you a parking lot now, maybe not even a parking lot, to accomplish a great facility like this. But we have so many great programs in place in the Panhandle, STEM opportunities for students to stay here and stay in the state, stay in the rural areas of the state, and a really great RHOT program that will now create a very unique opportunity in a great facility so that students can learn in the highest levels of the labs and experiences that will allow them to translate to UNMC and participate in those really good facilities that they have on Omaha's campus or in Kearney or in a range of different places here in the state. Overall, I think the one unique thing is you walk through this building before it was remodeled. You get a space that essentially was constructed for the way in which teaching and learning occurred back in the 1960s. Not only did that evolve dramatically leading into the 1980s, but it has evolved dramatically as we look at the way in which we engage in that process now. So as you get the opportunity to walk through this space, I think that's the one thing that's going to spark your amazement and what it's going to accomplish for our students. So I want to give a commendation to Ben Watson and the foundation right away, willing to help us get that first year of funding covered so we could move quickly. The 309 Task Force, which is another kind of unknown entity, continues to invest in the state colleges and invested about $1.3 million in this facility. And Randy gives me the credit a lot. I would also say it was my staff. So Steve Hotovy, he's our Vice Chancellor for Facilities, does outstanding work and worked on so many different options to make this a reality. And at the time, my Vice Chancellor for Finance and Administration, Carolyn Murphy, also constantly brainstorming on how to make this project come into the space that it is today. So just very excited to see what COIL will provide for Chadron, our ability to recruit students, but then also bring those students and put them right back out into the workforce here in Nebraska in years to come. So it's my pleasure to introduce Board Chair for the state, or the Chadron State Foundation, John Smith.
It is a great honor I get to stand before you. And I stand here humbled and very grateful. Grateful to all of you. I want to say thank you to the Nebraska State College Board of Trustees, the Nebraska Legislature, Dr. RHINE and his staff for their leadership and the dedication to Chadron State College and to Western Nebraska. A special thank you I want to make to the 184 donors and businesses, families, and organizations who supported this particular project. From those people, over $3,650,000 was generated and given to make this day possible. Thank you. As a part of the Chadron State Foundation, I would be remiss in my responsibilities if I did not acknowledge and mention the board of directors for the foundation that have been ongoing throughout the process of this whole project. I even want to say particular thank you to the past presidents of the foundation, Linda Redfern, Margene Terrell, and Pat Friesen. And I want to give a special thank you to our CEO, Ben Watson, and his predecessor, Connie Rasmussen, and their whole staff for all the work and the hard work that they have put forth and the efforts that they made, because this wouldn't have been possible without them. So thank you, Ben, Connie. The initiative of the New Horizon campaign for Chadron State College, which also included raising $1.5 million for the renovation of Elliott Field, the Don Beebe Stadium, and the track complex, is a testimony to the generosity of all our Chadron State supporters. Over the past 10 years, here at Chadron State, the Chadron State alumni, friends, family, and supporters have seen over $80 million worth of construction projects for the betterment of Chadron State College. These include the Coffey Family Agriculture Pavilion, the Rangeland Complex, the SCHOCH Center, all part of the 2011 Vision Campaign. What a difference it's made for Chadron State College, and we're not done yet. To see the completion of this new facility, a true work of art and architectural wonder, is truly amazing and inspiring, not only to our students, but to the whole Western Nebraska and this region. This building will surely be home to unlimited experiences that will be part of the story of so many students to come. What we call here the results of this fantastic facility is really just the new beginning. Chadron State College purpose is not to prepare a path for the students, but rather to prepare the students for whatever path they may encounter and to blaze new and uncharted paths. Be proud of the legacy that you have been all a part of Chadron State College. This building may be built by steel, concrete, bricks, and mortar, but is also built on dreams, sacrifices, dedication, perseverance, and the true spirit of positive growth. We call that the Chadron State Way. Thank you all very much, and God bless.
Thank you, John. Now we will hear from Kelly Schoch, a senior from Columbus, Nebraska, who is majoring in chemistry. Kelly?
Hello, I am Kelly Schoch, and I'm a senior here at Chadron State College. My major is chemistry, and I am a pre-medicine RHOP student. My hometown is Columbus, Nebraska, and I graduated from Lakeview High School. I have 2 younger brothers who are now freshmen in college. I am the Health Professions Club president this year, and I am excited for all the new opportunities we are going to have in the new COIL building. My future goals are to continue my education and to go into the medical field. After job shadowing many physicians and medical professionals, I have found an interest in women's medicine. Dr. Nicholas Wolf, an obstetrician and gynecologist at the Columbus Community Hospital, has allowed me to job shadow many hours and helped me to understand each procedure he has done. Dr. Wolf has encouraged me to want to be the kind of person and doctor he is in the medical field. These experiences have led me to my ultimate goal of wanting to return to rural Nebraska as an obstetrician and gynecologist in underserved areas. I will be able to continue my education, leading me to my future career with the Dune technology and classrooms in the COIL building. As a senior, I was able to see the old Math and Science building as well as the new COIL building. Other students and I have noticed that there are many new opportunities in the COIL building which will help benefit our learning. I would like to thank our professors, the design team, and everyone who made the COIL building a possibility. The technology, lab spaces, and study spaces have impacted many students in a positive way. The new technology allows professors to record classes when students are gone more easily with the new technology. The new technology has also improved hands-on learning experiences within the classrooms. The new cadaver lab has allowed for better drainage and cleaner workspaces for the students. The cadaver lab also has new cameras which allow professors to teach on one cadaver while the entire class can see. In the new chemistry labs, students are able to have a fume hood to every two lab partners instead of 1 or 2 fume hoods for the entire lab. The new learning spaces around the COIL building have allowed for many different types of studying to occur. There are rooms with large tables and whiteboards for group studying. There are also booths around the building which allow for individuals or groups to have quiet places to study. In other areas of the building, there are tables with whiteboards for groups or individuals. The spaces outside of the COIL building have allowed for students to get fresh air, but also just take a break from studying. The active staircase has allowed many different environments for students to study. They can sit, lie down, or sit at tables while studying. The new learning environments have allowed for students to be able to study in whatever way suits them best, or just relax and watch TV if they are not studying. The new areas in the COIL building have allowed students to interact more with people in the same field, which has given students a feeling of community and belonging. On behalf of myself and the other students, we would like to thank everyone who has put time, money, and thought into the COIL building and into our futures. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. Now I would like to ask Jordan HAAS, faculty member in Mathematical and Natural Sciences, to come say a few words. Jordan?
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm gonna adjust. Sorry about that. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming to help us celebrate. I want to thank everyone who contributed turning this dream into a reality. The feedback that faculty has received about this wonderful facility has been very positive, and I personally have a new favorite spot on campus. The first floor outdoor seating area, just straight down the hall. Check it out for yourselves. You'll thank me later. Just please don't take the chairs with you. The Math and Science building has always been special to me. I remember walking into the old building as a freshman in high school to take an algebra test on Scholastic Day. I remember classes with Dr. Stack and Mr. Vogel and feeling like this was where I was meant to be. I remember being a student standing on the rail of the old rotunda talking to all the science kids about how tough their next organic chemistry test was going to be. For some reason, it's always organic chemistry, right? It's always organic chemistry. I've never taken it, so I guess I don't know the struggle. I remember teaching college algebra as a grad assistant and loving every minute of where I was and who I was working with. Those memories immediately came to mind when I was asked to speak here today. But what came to the forefront of my mind were all the people who made everything so special. And that's what Chadron State College is all about, the people. The people make this place what it is. Our people are so great at what they do. Our faculty inspire students day in and day out. The reason they're so great is that they care about the job they're doing, but they care more about the people who they are doing it for. I don't know how many times I've been walking around and I hear somebody say, well, I'm just writing another letter of recommendation for a former student. That only happens because we care about our students and we get to know them as people. This building is a conduit for creating relationships that last. I believe that our faculty could teach in a parking lot, a cave, or an outdated building. Heck, they've been doing the last one for several years now. But they would be really good at it because they care about what they do and they care about student success. But now we have this building, and it is a proper venue for my talented colleagues to really show their stuff and inspire students. I was searching for the right metaphor for comparing the COIL to the old building, and I brainstormed a bit with Dr. Powell and Dr. French Collins about what I was thinking. And even though we have this wonderful building, and I mean, look at it, it is wonderful, it's only as good as the people who use it. So we started talking about a little bit about construction tools. Talented carpenters can build amazing structures with hammers, handsaws, and screwdrivers. But those same carpenters can do so much more with nail guns, table saws, and impact drivers. Likewise, a talented educator can inspire with just a blackboard and a piece of chalk. But now, just imagine what they can do with a Canvas multi-taction interactive board, a room where 7 fully touchscreen TVs can link up or work separately, a state-of-the-art planetarium, a new geoscience museum, tech-integrated labs, a state-of-the-art surgical suite, a classroom set of VR headsets, BioPack machines similar to what you would find in a doctor's office, brand new chemistry instrumentation, and all the extra space in labs. Imagine what our students can do here. Imagine the sense of community and learning that takes place outside of the classroom when they have places to sit together, to talk, to study, to share ideas. This building, this tool, will provide us with the opportunity to captivate students for years to come. So again, I would like to thank everyone who's helped with this project. You have provided us with the resources we need to build an incredible future. Thank you.
Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Jordan. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. I would like to ask the Board of Trustees members to come forward, and also the faculty members that are present to come forward, and we'll cut this ribbon.
You gonna count down?
Yeah.
Tours will start now. Find tour guides inside, and they'll take you in different directions to walk around the building, and then we'll have a reception on the lower level.